Hero, I understand the alpha widow dynamic, but does it apply to men too? I'm not going to lie. There's been a few girls in my past that I pine over. Of course, you got Oneitis. Oneitis is the parallel to
abundance.
Yeah, the alpha widow. Guys who fixate on one girl. If you get Oneitis for a girl, that's more or less the one that got away. However, for guys, it's a whole lot different because women tend to fixate long term. Guys fixate short term. That's why they always tell you, you know how you get over a girl? You get under another one. Yeah, fuck another one, right? And so you're probably going to think about those ones until you find the next one that fucks you better than that other one. Right? Yeah. And I think that's another thing that a lot of guys, especially in sort of the Tradcon circles, don't understand is they'll say, well, you got to find a good quality woman, right? Well, she's still a fucking woman, right? So when I've said in the past that women don't marry a man, they marry a lifestyle. Well, if she's marrying into that lifestyle and then that lifestyle increases, great. But if it decreases, you're not going to be married anymore.
Yeah.
And so that of course is the number one precipitator of divorce is a change in that guy's economic status, right? So if that woman gets a raise or she gets a promotion at work or something like that, more than she starts out earning him, that's going to put stress on the marriage and in most cases divorce. So if that's the case, does body count even fucking matter at that point? You can have your nice little girl who's got like 3 body count and you're making the same amount of money as her. And now she's been promoted to a new station. She's got higher status than you. That's going to cause marital instability too.
Even if she's a virgin, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. So the machine is still the machine. The woman is still wants what she wants. Like, was it the Chris Rock joke where she said,
oh yeah,
like men can't go back sexually and women won't go back like lifestyle wise.
Yeah.
Like if you got a girl who took it in, the next girl's got to be able to take it, right?
True.
Or whatever it is. She gave you, 4 a week, and now if she gives you 5, then you're the next, star on my show. Right? Yeah. So for women though, it's the lifestyle. It's because women need long-term security. And so what's going to precipitate divorce? I would also be more concerned about like maintaining your status and doing the best you can. Still, you can't let yourself fucking go after marriage, assuming that's the lifestyle choice you choose.
Yeah, that's what guys do.
You have to be going more. You have to still be concerned with your own self-development and becoming more.
That's why that's the issue. If you make women the mission priority, because once you get it, you're like, all right, I can chill. I did all this work. I did the plate spinning for these girls. I did the cold approaching in the game for these girls. Now I got it and I could chill and relax. It's like, no, dude, you do that shit for yourself. That's when I think that's another level. Like you said, it's like the guys do it for the girl. And I promise you're going to do it. You're going to get the girl. It works. But then you're going to lose the girl. And then that's when you reach another level where you're like, fuck, I need to do this for myself. And then that's when it's like, holy shit, now you're at another level of abundance, right? And I think that's what guys just have to go through that shit, man. And yeah.
Well, I think one of the things about like doing it for yourself is an underappreciated part of like the master of the red pill stuff, which I have criticized Tradcons for this up and down, is that traditional conservative guys don't want men to become the best versions of themselves for themselves. They want to solve a problem. They want to solve women's problems.
Yes, that's the issue.
They don't fucking care about what you are, whether you're going to offer whether men have a higher instance of suicide. They don't care about that shit. All they care about is listen. They hear women saying men ain't shit. They're not going to college. They're not prepping. They're not preparing to be like, good life mates. And it's like, and why would they? What's the incentive these days? Right. But putting that aside, the concern that most traditional conservatives have towards the attitude of guys these days, such as the one here, like, we've got to get rid of these red pill guys because they're telling them to fuck anything. Right. That's not what we're saying. And then in the meantime, you got other guys in the traditional conservative spheres saying men need to man up. And they need to be better individuals because we need more babies, and women aren't going to choose you unless you're making a good chunk of change. You got your business on point, you got your physique on point, and money, muscles, and game, which is what red pill's been talking about for fucking ever.
But it's like a beta male mindset way of thinking.
It is. And that's why I keep saying that people want to criticize the red pill and say, well, it's feminism, right? The red pill is just a flip side of the coin for feminism. No. Traditional conservatism is the flip side of feminism because it still has the primary focus on satisfying that woman. The purpose of getting better as a man is to solve women's fucking problems, not for the individual man, not to be a better man, not to be on top of his game, not to be a high achiever, a high value man, just for the sake of being a high value man. It's to solve women's problems. They do not care about men becoming the best versions of themselves. They care about men becoming the best versions of themselves so they can satisfy women's needs. That's why.
Yep.
So shut the fuck up about this goddamn feminism shit. Red pill's just feminism for no, it's not. Actually, it's you that are the flip side to feminism because your focus is on women. That's why.
Hell
God
yeah.
forbid a guy say in the red pill, you know what? Maybe focus on you and do it for yourself. Like you just said a second ago, focus on yourself instead of, like have mental point of origin. As I was saying before, traditional conservatives don't want men to have themselves as their primary focus, as their mental point of origin. The first thing that comes into their head is traditional conservatives do not want that. They want the woman, gosh, I got to get a college degree. Well, why, Jimmy? Because I need to make sure that the hot girl that I want to get who's going to church and Bible study right now is going to find me as an acceptable, eligible bachelor. Is that not the flip of fucking feminism? Because all you're doing is like satisfying that. Your whole thought is serving women.
Yep.
And I'll tell you this right now: if that's the case, if that's what you're doing, you're going to end up clingy, and you're going to end up doing. I'll do anything for you.
Yeah,
like, then you're going to get Oneitis. That's especially when you're in a state of sexual deficit because like you can't have premarital sex. Jimmy.
Yep. There you go. Yep.